Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Common Sense for the Common Man. So many topics, so many things that I need to talk about. Thank you for taking 5-7 minutes out of your time to join us here. A lot of things going on. I'm not going to spend a whole lot more time on the Parkland shooting, but I do have to cover it. I do have to make some commentary about what's happening, what's going on. I don't know if you got to see the interview by the lady, the teacher, that was an eyewitness to the shooting, who actually saw the shooter yesterday. It was on Good Morning America. I've posted the link if Facebook has not took it down. She gives a total different narrative on what the shooter looked like. He looked like a policeman in a lot of garb, protective guard, crazy looking gun, and some other stuff. And she was grazed by the bullet. You'd have to ask yourself, where did he get this garb? Where did he dispose of the garb? How come we've not heard of it? When they apprehended him, he looked just like an average student, jeans and shirt. The early reports was that he had the ammunition in a backpack and the gun in a soft gun case when he came in. If you remember, on the day of the shooting, they interviewed one of the students, and that's not getting a lot of play. She says there was two shooters. She was actually at one time talking to Cruz face to face and was hearing shots on down the hall. You don't see that. So there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. There's a lot of questionable things. And one of the questions that I want to ask is, how come this little twerp David Hogg is defending the sheriff when it was totally their fault? I mean, there's a lot of blame to go around. It's not the NRA. It's the FBI. It's the sheriff's department. First of all, being notified. Then second of all, standing down and sitting outside as kids were getting massacred. As well as, a lot of you don't realize this, and I posted this on the Facebook page, Common Sense for the Common Man, that the Obama's policies was that the arrest and the troubled kids were not to be reported because they didn't want it to be like racial profiling. So they were kind of forced to overlook troubled kids. And we know Nicholas Cruz was a troubled kid before he carried out this heinous crime. Just a lot of things that just doesn't make sense about this whole situation. Here's another question I want to ask you. How come we haven't heard a whole lot about the Vegas shooter? Who he was, what his motive was, background, how he got all that ammunition and all those guns, why there's two separate windows blown out, multiple accounts of multiple shooters, some being up in the motel room windows, some being on the ground. I believe there's more here that meets the eye. If you're waiting for CNN, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, NBC, if you're waiting for these liberal news media outlets to tell you the truth or to get down to the bottom up, they're not. That's why you need to stay informed as a conservative. As a conservative Christian, you have to stay informed. There's a lot of people that are just totally deceived. I believe there's a deception and a stupidity pill that's in vending machines that people are taking. I talk to liberals on a daily basis, and the crap that comes out of their mouth is mind-boggling. It blows me away, their ideology, their disregard for God, the things of God, just basic human respect and life, and how we conservatives are evil, full of the devil, and how they want to kill us all. Yet they don't get banned on Twitter. They don't get reprimanded by the liberal news media. They are held as heroes, like this David Hogg, who's nothing but a little twerp, being a pawn by the liberal news media and the Socialist Democrat Party, who, I guarantee you, his little 15 minutes of fame is going to run out, and then I'm wondering where he's going to go then. He's nothing but a pawn. I've argued even with conservatives. They're like, oh, you know what? I even heard that Chipper Jones, who I liked and respected, no longer, it's gone. Who said, you know what? Americans shouldn't have access to these assault rifles. An AR-15 is not an assault rifle. Matter of fact, it's a law since 1934. Civilians cannot obtain and buy and get and use assault weapons. An AR-15 is a hunting rifle, going to the range, shooting rifle. I know several of my friends that use the AR-15 to hunt with. I don't. It's just not a great caliber. But some guys like to go to the shooting range and just shoot them up, at different targets, and that's fine. There's nothing like sport shooting, whether it's with a muzzleloader, a handgun, a bow, a rifle, an AR-15. There's a lot of fun. If you've never done it, give it a try. It's very addictive. And I was arguing with conservatives yesterday. They're like, you know what? Let's just give in to the ban. Let's just give in. Let's say, you know what? It'll shut the liberals up. No, it won't. My friend, they're not going to be satisfied until they take all of your guns. This is a ploy to get their little nabby, nasty fingers on the Second Amendment. They're like, come on, give in, just give in. You don't love the kids. You don't love the kids. You just, come on now, your guns mean more to kids. Just let us in. And once they get in, my friend, once they get in and one gun ban goes forth, we're done. We're done. Because then the door's open. They're like, well, we banned AR-15. We can ban the Glock 40. We can ban the Browning A5. We can before you know it, they got all your guns. And a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know. Bill, there'll probably be a civil war. I believe there's a civil war headed. I believe there's going to be blood on the streets if things don't change. Through prayer, preparation, being progressive, we have to be progressive as conservatives. We have to be active. We have to call our senators and our congressmen, our local government officials. We have to stay involved on social media. I know it's taxing. I know it's tiring. I know it wears me out. Sometimes at the end of the day, after I have gone through, I'm wore out. I'm exhausted. I'm no good to nobody because it's so exhausting talking to idiots. And there are full of idiots on the internet that are labeled as liberals, socialists, Democrats, any other name you want to put on them. Idiots that do not understand our basic constitutional rights that our forefathers gave to us as an American citizens. And they don't understand basic biblical principles. There's such a disregard now for the things of God, the things that are in Scripture. It's mind-boggling. I believe I said this a couple days ago. I believe the Antichrist generation is here. There is a group of people, a generation that is looking for a man with all the answer, that are very anti-Christ-like. They're looking for one world to give all their power, all their money, all their glory to one man, and it's totally anti-God, anti-Bible. I had one person ask me, well, you know what, Bill, I don't see you really ever criticizing President Trump. He hasn't always done everything that I liked. There's been several things, maybe not many, but several things that I didn't like, that I wish he didn't say, he didn't tweet, he didn't do. But everybody's so against him, I can't even have the opportunity to express a disagreement that I have with him. I'm constantly defending him. Why? Because this man has determined to put America first. The working middle class conservative. That's who he's working for. He wants to work for the other people, but they won't let him. Whatever he does for them, DACA. He says, I'm ready to work for DACA. The Democrats, they don't care about you. If you're a Latino, they don't care about you. You're just a vote. You're like one of the people in the graveyards. You're just a vote so that they can push a socialist agenda so they can enslave you like they have enslaved the African Americans. Most of them. The Democrat Socialist Party does not care about you, my friend. If you're black in America, look at your neighborhoods. Most of them, 98.3%, has been run by Democrats for many, 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 many decades. And look, have you got any better? No. Is crime in a crazy high time, as an all-time high? Yes. Is your businesses left your neighborhood? Yes. Are you still broke and have no future? Yes. You know why? Because they don't care about you. They want you to be a socialist. They want you to look to them for every answer. They don't care about you achieving the American dream. They want to enslave you through the welfare system, through the socialist system. And they're doing it to the Latino people too. And I don't want to hear anything, oh, you're right. No, I'm not. I have Latino friends. I have black friends. I have white friends. I have friends of every race, creed, and color. And I love them all equally. They're great people. Some of the best people, the greatest people, are not white people that I have met and have had an influence in my life. It's been people of other colors. So you're wrong. So don't even try to label me that. We have to ask ourselves what's really going on. You know, I hate kicking this horse. I want to get off of it, but I'm telling you people, you're going to have to make your voice heard. I said this yesterday. You're going to have to boycott some of these places. They're like, oh, you're an NRA member? Oh, we're standing up against you. You're standing up against me? Why? There wasn't an NRA member that went into the school and shot up all the kids. It hasn't been an NRA member. We believe in the constitutional Second Right Amendment, a Second Amendment right that's been given to us through our forefathers, the founding fathers of this nation. So there's a lot of crazy out there. Go and check out that interview, that teacher. She described somebody that was not Nicolas Cage that was doing the shooting in the halls. Friends, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they haven't covered this Vegas shooting more. I've heard and read several things that the shooter there, his name has left me, in Vegas, was tied to the government, the Saudi government, and there was multiple shooters there. I do believe in a deep state. I believe that we have seen that. You have to be just an idiot not to see that there are powers working behind the main powers. You know, President Trump, and I'm going to close with this, said yesterday that, you know, he's so disappointed in the police officers that didn't go in, and I am too. Listen, on the side of the car is to serve and to protect. My friend, you make that choice. We all have careers, and you need to pray for your police officers. You need to pray for your men in blue, that they are protected, especially if you have a family member or a loved one that's a police officer, because they're putting their life in danger. And now we have a generation of people that have no regard of life. They'll kill you no matter who you are, what you represent. There's just no regard for life. So they need to be covered in prayer as well, my friend. So we have to ask ourselves, why didn't they go in? Why did the police officers not go in? Cowards? The cowards of Broward County? I called them that yesterday. I don't know what's going on. But I know one thing. We cannot settle for just giving in on this AR-15. All they want, I want you to go away from this today, all they want to is to divide me and you. They want you and I to be divided. They're united. They don't care about you. They don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about your gun rights. They don't care if we become a police state. They don't care if we become a socialist nation. They don't care. They don't care about capitalism. They don't care about you living the American dream. All they care about is pushing the socialist agenda so we can become part of the globalist nations that are now in place around the world so that the Antichrist can set up his government. People, it's here. It's here. We've read about it. We've talked about it. We've heard preachers preach on it. It's here. The Antichrist generation is here. May God give us a reprieve. May God give us grace. May God give us the backbone to stand, no matter if it's popular, no matter if it's unpopular. May God give us the strength. That's my prayer for you, my friend. We got to stay united. No gun bans. Even if President Trump talks, none. Stand with the NRA. If you haven't joined the NRA, join the NRA. Do me a favor. Got 20 seconds. Like this page. Like it. Like this video. Share this video. Share this page with your friends. Help me get the word out. And let's stay together, my friends. Let's stay united. Remember, no repeal of any part of the Second Amendment. You're not getting our guns. You're not taking away our rights. And we're going to cover our president. We're going to cover our police officers. And we're going to cover our family members, especially our children that go to school now, because there's a lot of crazy people in prayer. God bless you. Thank you for joining us, and God bless the United States of America.